Welcome back to Travsessed Tuesdays. It's Tuesday, you know what that means. It is the Hot Tip Tuesday, the Traveler Quickfire Tuesday, whatever the hell you want to call it. We are here to provide answers to the questions that we see popping up in our communities that is helpful for healthcare travelers. We are Kim and Aaron. We are the hosts. We are travelers for 10 years and the creators of Travsessed. Travsessed has on the clock, off the clock resources for healthcare travelers. On the clock being our course Traveler School, off the clock being Travsessed Adventures, this podcast, and all the other cool shit we have out there for you.
Nailed it. Wow.
Getting better.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I hope so.
I know. I'm like, that was so
I can't
awesome.
redo that.
We better have been recording. I'm
So
pissed.
let's get into the Traveler Hot Tip of the week.
Flight crew, please prepare for departure.
Okay. This one I feel is very short, simple, to the point. But a really good question. And I think it's popping up more and more. I think it's like astronomically crazy that it's even happening, but it is.
I don't like it at all.
The world we live in, and we're going to answer it.
Go ahead.
The question is, being offered a travel assignment without an interview, what do you do? What should you do?
Yeah, this is, and I know, it's becoming more and more common for this to happen or have automated interviews and things like that as the industry is changing and things are becoming more tech and that kind of stuff. But honestly, I personally, as a traveler, would never take a contract without an interview, because the interview is for both parties, but it's really more for the traveler. Like, that is your opportunity to get a sense of whether or not this is the right contract for you or not, right? So you're able to ask your questions about the department. Why do they want a traveler? How many texts do you have to take call? What's your schedule?
Have you ever worked with a traveler? What do the doctors think of this traveler? What does their coworkers think? I mean, there's so much.
There's so much that you want to know.
Is my schedule going to change?
Yeah, like all these things that you need to ask to see, do I want to take this contract or do I not? Because there's been many times that I thought a contract would be perfect and I was excited about it. And then I do the interview and I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be for me. This isn't great. Whether it was because how much call was required or because the exams they did wasn't really a good fit for what I wanted to do or what I could do or the shift or whatever it was. And I would never have known that had I not got on the phone and done an interview and asked my questions and connected with the person on the other side that is going to be on the ground working with you, or a manager that understands the department.
No, totally. And like the descriptions that I've gotten in some of my contracts were just like, every fourth day of call and every like third weekend or something like that. But then I got on the interview and they're like, no, actually, it's going to be 22 days of call a month, but you're not on main call. You're on backup call from the main call people. And I literally almost like bursted out laughing. Like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not taking 22 days of call in a contract, and the description didn't even state that. And so, and it's like neuro, cath, and basic IR, and it's like no. But I would have like never known that had I not got on the phone, and that would have been awful in my opinion. And the one thing I will say is like, there's some people out there that actually fly by the seat of their pants and they're just happy to get a contract and they don't care. And they, like, I do care. I care about my work environment, what I'm going into. And it's kind of the same thing as like Kim and I were laughing today. We're in Peru and I noticed like at ATMs, like people are like throwing their body against the ATM and like putting in their code and going slow with the code so people can't hear the pattern and things like that. And if it's too close, then, people can figure out. Oh my God,
do people really think about that?
And so Kim and I were laughing about it because I'm literally not like open and telling people my code, but I'm not like going out of my way to shield. Like, I don't think about things like that. So some people don't think about that being an issue with taking an interview or not. But like, in my opinion, if you want to stay out of bad contracts, the trick to that as a traveler is interviewing well and asking all of those questions to feel it out if it's a good feel for you. So I would say no interview, no contract.
Or if it was a contract you really wanted, say it was like an exciting location, good pay, and you're like, ooh, I'm really excited about this, and then you find out they're not doing an interview, I would ask my recruiter, well, A, why are they not doing an interview? But B, is there a contact? And maybe there is, maybe there's not, there isn't, depending on, is it a VMS, is it a direct contract? All those things are important that to know, right? Because sometimes if it is a VMS, your recruiter doesn't even have any contact with the facility at all. So these are questions to ask. But is there a way that you could get an email or a contact, a phone number of somebody in the department, a manager, a tech, whoever, to be able to ask some questions to see if it's a good fit? Because walking in blindly to a contract, to me, is my worst fear, because I'm somebody who likes to plan and prep and know that I'm walking into something. Because you could even interview very well and you could still walk into an environment that is different than what the interview said. That's happened before. That can happen. But at least on the interview, you can try to gather as much information, honestly feel out the vibe. Sometimes you're on an interview and you're like, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right. I'm going to say, no, I'm going to pass on this, because you just like pick up on something. So I just think having some sort of communication with somebody on the other side, on the inside of this contract, is very, very important. And I really hope that this is not the way the industry is going, because I just do not like that at all.
No, and I will say too, interviews have also saved me from when they did change their tune when I walked in and said, remember in the interview, we talked directly about this, and I said that was a hard, fast stop for me, and I would not have showed up here. So do you remember that? And they're like, yes, we do. I didn't know it was that hard of a stop, so we'll honor that, right? Or else they don't, and you decide what you want to do from there. But I think it's like understanding that I do know the industry is moving into recorded interviews, and if they're just picking you off the recording because you did a good job, I think from that point you could request and say, I want to speak to somebody because I've done recorded, and then the manager themselves have called me just to talk, just to see how I felt, if I had any questions. And so that was fine. It wasn't like a formal interview, but I still, before I said yes, spoke to somebody from the department, whether it be a lead tech or a manager or a director or somebody that wants to talk to me, just so I can get my questions out and feel good going in. And I think as travelers, we have the ability to hard, fast say, this is what my requirement is before I come in there. And if that's not happening, then there are plenty of other jobs out there for you. You will find the right job, and don't put yourself in a position that is just bad.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Have nothing left to say about that.
Me neither.
I think, that's important. And if you have any questions about anything that has to do with traveling, feel free to reach out to us. You can always DM us at Kim and Aaron G. Ask us questions. Check out Traveler School. We answer all of your questions inside of Traveler School. If you've been excited about it but haven't taken the leap yet into Traveler School, we're completely revamping it. We're making it more of a mentorship program where we will be more hands-on, one-on-one. We'll have experts coming in teaching workshops. Aaron and I will be teaching workshops. It's going to just be a really incredible mentorship and course and program, not only for the logistical side of travel, but also for the lifestyle and how to really maximize your experience as a traveler in a holistic way. Your working, your lifestyle, your money, your goals, everything.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about it.
Totally, me too. And so we'll be launching that hopefully in August, and it is going to be next level, something that I am so proud of and can't wait for. And so stay tuned for that. We will have more, but we got to get through our trip in Peru, which we are excited about. So first things first, staying present in the moment with the people that we have coming and just leading a badass trip, and then we will get home and tackle that. So just know that on Tuesdays we have these quick fire tips, questions that can help you along your way, and then on Thursdays it's Kim and I ranting and raving about whatever topic we feel that we want to share about. And stay tuned for Traveler School and get on the trip list. Come join us in a country we're having a blast on. So
and meet other childcare travelers, like-minded friends, having adventures. It's just something that I'm so lit up by. And the people who come on these trips, when you fucking know, they're amazing, and we'd love to meet you in real life and have an adventure together. And you can join the trip interest list at our website, Travsessed.com, in the adventure tab. And I hope we will see you out there somewhere in the world. And until then, we'll see you on Instagram.
Whoop.